they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear Chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling Chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning once again. It is Good Morning Uganda. My name is Olive Monica Najuma. Thank you so much for being a part of this program. We are coming to you live from the broadcast house here at Nile Avenue at Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. Now, as Uganda approaches the 2026 general elections, the involvement of young people in active politics has become more critical than ever, with youth making up the majority of Uganda's population at 70% as per the census report of 2024. We're looking at their participation, and it is not just desirable, it is essential for shaping the country's future. So today we are joined by 2 young member of parliament aspirants who are stepping up to take up leadership roles in their communities. We will explore their motivations, the challenges they face, and the broader question: are Uganda's youth ready to lead? Are Uganda's youth ready to lead? That's the question I would like for you to answer later on as we go deep and deeper into our conversation on WhatsApp number 0709 602 592. Again, the question: are Uganda's youth ready to lead? And I will be speaking to Honorable Derek Kwirinjira, who is a Member of Parliament aspirant for Bufumbira South, Chisoro District. And I will be speaking to Honorable Chemo, Member of Parliament aspirant, Tingei County, Kapchora District, Sebei sub-region. Together, let's see if Uganda's youth are ready to join politics and ready to lead. So welcome aboard. Let's get into this. Honorable Derek, I'll start with you. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers.
Okay. Now, both of you, but starting with you, Honorable Derek, please briefly introduce yourself to us and why you decided to join active politics at this stage of your life.
Thank you. As you had introduced me, I'm called Kwirinjira Derek from Chanika Town Council, Ufumbira South, Kisoro District. It's a good question. It is essential for youth to participate in politics in order to shape the future of this country. Yes, I agree, youth are ready to lead the country because if you look at what other youth are doing in other countries, if you look at Burkina Faso, the Captain Ibrahim Traoré in 2 years he has registered a lot of achievements. So I agree we can do better, and if youth, we can stop being used, and instead of complaining things are not being done the way we want, let us participate in having them done as we want.
Wow, interesting. Now, Honorable Chemo, yes, I introduced you by name, but please tell us more about who you are and why you have decided to join politics at this stage of your life. We're a stage where some of your age mates are busy having vibes, having a good time, and not really interested in the politics of the land, but you have chosen to be not just a bystander, but an active participant in the politics of the country.
Thank you, Najma. And a very good morning to all our viewers today at UBC Television. My name is Chemo Mashud Musa. I come from Kapchorasa, Sabay Sub-Region, Tingay County. The passion and the desire, what would lead me to the interest to bid as a member of parliament for my constituency is aligned with so many reasons. And number one among the many is that we've always desired to have a better society, a society that resonates with the effects and the demands of what would lead to a better socioeconomic transformation of a particular society. Given so many reasons, in the previous times we have supported those we have supported. We have supported them because we have an understanding of how we would wish to transform our society. Given the escalating pressure of the demand in what we desire as young people, we would wish to see that young people are well positioned, those that have fair education, have had jobs that would earn them a living so they would improve their lives within their society. And having learned people in society, tells how and deep they should understand of what they should do. A case in point is that so many years, for us in Sabay Sub-Region, we have never had leaders that go to represent the people in society. We've never had people that grab the microphones and table to present the interests, the issues or the factors that could hinder growth and development. Sabay Sub-Region is suffering a couple of hiccups as for their socioeconomic transformation. We have limestone quarries across our region that their effects affect people in Sabay in one way or the other. The explosion of the quarries, hinder the health of our people. You realize that the roads within Sabay Sub-Region are not in good states. The health status within Sabay Sub-Region are not in good conditions. The schools, I will take you bit by bit, and I want to tackle education. The education system within Sabay Sub-Region, is not, the education system within Sabay Sub-Region is not in the right state, because I would suggest that given the escalating pressure of the private schools, gives a question to the UPE founded schools that we will not have children attain the betterment or the best of their achievements in schools when we are not providing them with what is required. You don't expect a child, a primary child, to be in class from the hour of 8 up to the hour of 9, up to the hour of 3 in the evening with an empty stomach. You realize that at the end of the day, by the hour of 10, they'll be leaving classes to go and throw people's mangoes, uproot people's cassava, and then remain along the river banks playing different games. And then after the end of the day, you realize that they will be going home in the names of to have been in school. So you realize that my area of focus is I've always been advocating and seeking support to see on how we could transform the life of a child. I've visited different schools and made several proposals in different ways, accessed families that are doing bad, so that we could assess deeply what we could do. You could see what we have done. I have always, made assessment within community, family assessment of what challenges people could be going through. I've always provided students or children with scholastic materials. I've advocated and brought in initiatives through livelihood projects in art and craft, where a girl child is to have something, a skill within them that would enable them have a skill within society, so that maybe if Najma came to society one day and she's putting up maybe a company, a factory or something like that, you realize that the girl child within my society should have or would have had a skill that would enable them become somebody at the end of the day. So you realize that the reason why I come out to speak before the people, to represent my people, are the effects that caused by the hindrance of the demands of the socio-economic growth and development within my society.
Okay, thank you so much, Shemo. And I do, in what you have shared with us, it goes on to show what inspired you really to join politics and the different ways through which you are seeking to cause change for your people, and to see that they have the skill set so that they can get the opportunities that they need to economically empower themselves. Now, coming back to you, Derek, same question really. Mr. Chemo here has answered it. He has given us the reasons that inspired him to join politics. What events in your community, what events in Bufumbira South have inspired you to say, you know what, instead of just complaining, let me give this a shot, get into parliament and cause change in this and that area?
Thank you. In order to influence decision making, you have to participate.
Yes.
So if you participate in the political processes, then you're able to find solutions to the concerns that are and the needs of our people. For example, about unemployment levels in our country. At least I should be proud, like I've managed to open up a company that is employing some, though it is still like a small company, but at least I am proud I have some people who are earning a living because of my effort. Because if you look at other members of parliament that have been they representing our people from Bufumbira South, they have done nothing completely, because they don't even have a bar that can even employ one person. So I think I need that one earns my credit. So again, about our transport, like the means of transport, if you look at our roads, tourism roads, they have affected our tourism sector largely. Actually, when you look at the tourism roads in Iksoro, Mugahinga, tourism road, the road that is connecting to Mugahinga National Park, we have waited for that road to be worked on, but up to now, we have we have waited, but still nothing is being improved on that road. About agriculture, you know, Kisoro, when you talk about Kisoro district, everyone will think about Irish potatoes.
That's right.
But if you see what our farmers are facing, when I was growing up, we used to have seeds that would even take you to another season. But now, because of we are now using seeds from other regions, now those seeds, you can't keep them for long. They rot. So we might think we need to extend services to these farmers, like financial services. When you look at how people access these loans, they access loans at high interest rates. The problem they are facing, climate has changed. We used to predict at least maybe this season is going to be a rain season, but things have changed. So farmers are facing a lot of challenges. And it's a responsibility for our leaders now to engage these agricultural officers to go and teach people, educate them, know how, like, now, for example, people were using natural fertilizers, but now they're using artificial fertilizers, which are very expensive. So you find the cost of production and the yields they are getting out of it, you find they're making losses. These people have acquired loans from different banks and circles. So paying these loans becomes a problem to these farmers. So that's why we are coming up. Now that we understand people's needs, we need to find a lasting solution to these problems. How do we get a solution to these problems? By participating in decision making. Because if we don't have opportunities to access or to drive the agenda, then we can't do nothing. So it's very important for youth to also come in and participate in political processes. Because at all levels, actually, I commend youth to come up, engage themselves in politics, because if we don't participate in economics are the ones that determines how we live in this country. We have seen people clapping for these member of parliaments whenever they come to their areas, because they expect something out of them. It's not because they are clapping for them they have done like maybe a lot, but they are expecting like an envelope out of them. So now we look at trade has been affected in Kisoro district. Where, for example, people from Bunagana Town Council, due to the closure of Bunagana border, now people are doing nothing. People who had acquired loans, now they're stranded. They don't have what to do. When you look at people of Chanika now, they're also affected because of M23 in Congo.
Yes.
So, I think it's a responsibility for these leaders to look for a solution. Now, how do we help these people? There's a time Chanika border experienced a fire that destroyed all the property twice, but no any leader who came up to help them. And these people are supposed to, like, we need to be near them, because once these people elect us to go to the to go and serve them, we sign a social contract. They expect once they give us votes, now it's our responsibility to represent them, to make sure that their concerns, their well-being is improved. In Uganda, we have, actually it's not in Uganda, East Africa that is comprised of a large peasant society that is characterized by fear of unknown. For us, we think, like, if we change leaders, the situation might worsen. But remember, even, like, let's agree, even these leaders, like now I'm standing with old people who have been serving this country for long. Now, we should think, actually we should also be sure that even if these leaders leave our, like, let's say they step aside, this should, like, others can also do like make a or put a brick on this nation. It doesn't necessarily mean that they should be there because we fear, like, if they step aside, if everything is going to be messed up.
Okay, so my takeaway from your submission is that people are scared to embrace something new. They would rather stay comfortable with the old.
Yes.
But then what would you say to the argument that the new broom sweeps better, but the old broom knows all the corners? These old leaders have been around for a minute, and probably they have made the connections, they have lobbied on some things. Or do you feel that despite them having access to the source, having access to the connections, that would help on the issues that you've mentioned? For instance, you've mentioned the poor road network in Kisoro, despite it being a booming tourist town, and of course you've mentioned agriculture and many others. Do you feel that the leaders you have today have failed the people of Bufumbira and Kisoro district as a whole because they are only enriching themselves, or you feel that they're not doing enough?
Thank you for that good question. To me, I think it's high time to also to test others, because if we insist on these leaders that they have experience, they have connection, we can also get connection when we reach there. So
it's not that the leaders have failed, it is that we should try other people. Is that your argument?
Of course, I can't say that they have totally done nothing.
Okay.
But they should also allow others to also to serve this country, because now, like, for example, we have, like, I'm standing with an incumbent, and the other one is also was also once an MP for 5 years, for 2 terms. That is 10 years.
10 years.
He was once a minister.
Okay.
So he should also remember that even when there are no more, Bufumbira South will move on.
So it's better to entrust it in the hands of young people who know.
Yes, because for us, we are energetic.
Okay.
We are enthusiastic.
Are you saying the leaders are tired?
Yes, they should rest.
They should rest.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Derek.
The problem we have in Uganda or in Africa, we just send these people to represent us or to serve us in different positions as a determined package. Instead of now parading these youth who are energetic, who have fresh ideas and perspectives to serve the country. Like now, instead they are ring-fencing these positions
for themselves as a retirement package
because of their selfish interest.
Thank you so much, Derek. I'll get back to you in a bit, but I would like to draw Mr. Chemo into this conversation, and it has honestly taken a different turn, but I'll go there for a bit. Now, Mr. Chemo, looking at yourself being also a leader and also an aspirant for Tigay County, do you agree with Mr. Derek, with Mr. Kwirinjira's sentiments that some leaders we have currently are seeking parliamentary positions, not because they want to help the people in those areas, but rather to enrich themselves and looking at parliament as a retirement package, borrowing from his choice of words?
Yeah, to a greater extent, Najma, I want to reassure you that our society is bleeding. To a larger extent, from top to bottom. I want to tell you that Derek's argument on how people would seek positions to empower themselves is very right. And I want to tell you that within the society that we come out or we are coming from, we've had such caliber, and to a greater extent, yes, people and some other people, or so many of them that come to take positions, want to enrich themselves. Yes, I agree and acknowledge his argument. But I want to take you a little bit back and tell you that the reason why me as a person would come in to bid as the next member of parliament of my constituency are, like I told you, are aligned with so many reasons. And reason number one is that Sebei sub-region has never had a member of parliament that would step on the floor, grab the mic, articulate issues, present, represent, and seek for what is best for our people.
So the people that you have been sending to parliament as Sebei sub-region have never spoken in parliament?
Not just spoken, but they have no competence to seek for the attention that is required for the people of Sebei to acquire and have what they're supposed to have.
Okay.
So,
yes.
So to a greater extent, the reason why I bid to contest is because I want to set an example. I want to be a reference of greatness. And I'm telling to the young people to come up, to raise up, stand with me, walk with me, reason with me. And my leadership is one that is going to be for consultation and inclusiveness, inclusivity. That we need to sit down and identify how best we could develop society.
Okay.
That, for example, if we had students that sat in the previous years, and most of them passed even very well within at their senior six, you realize that those that could have qualified to be requested for or lobbied for scholarships should have the opportunity. But within Sebei sub-region, we really do not have such opportunities where students or children have access to free education or being supported for higher and tertiary institutions.
Okay.
So many reasons, like for example, if I told you my bid to contest Najuma is national-wise, because given the escalating pressure from the opposition, I align myself with the ruling party. I am for NRM, and I'll be going in for the primaries. You realize that NRM as a political party should consider the people that are being nominated and being registered as their national cadres to represent them in various offices. I don't look at being a member of parliament for Sebei, but I look at being a member of parliament in the parliament of Uganda and in East Africa, Africa, and the world at large. That the people that are supposed to be nominated to take lead in these offices should have a fair education. They should have learned, they should have gone to school. The people we have in our society do not have a single learning, and that hinders them from lobbying for our people. It affects them from knowing on how to begin and how to end a sentence, on how to seek for attention from government, from parliament, and other parastatals within government. We have had government parastatals that have come to join hands with our people, with the country. And the people we have do not have the competence, the courage, the charisma, because they have fear and they're insecure. When someone has a knowledge, has a learning, you realize that someone will call Mashud and say, Mashud, come on table. What do you think we should have done to develop society? What is the number of the students that should seek for scholarships? What is the number of the orphan child? And what is the state? Which are some of the priorities that we should handle as society to see that our society grows? So there are so many reasons that are amalgamated and attached to my reason why I bid to contest as member of parliament, Najma.
Okay. Now, there is something you mentioned in there about education and also learning. Briefly, Mashud, if you may, tell us why it is important for us to have leaders that are not only educated, but also learned. What do I mean? Currently, the lowest level of education for a member of parliament in Uganda is senior 6 level. Now, gentlemen, I believe you've gone through university, right? I have gone through university, and I can personally tell you that the level of knowledge, understanding, and confidence I had as a senior 6 leaver is not the same knowledge I had after my bachelor's. So, with that in mind, are you saying that we need to have members of parliament that have seen more blackboards vis-a-vis the ones that ended at senior 6? And if your answer is yes, Is education really the most pertinent issue we need in order to transform our societies?
Yes, Najma, and it's substantial. It's a big deal that a representative in public office should have attained a learning. I mean, how will you then know how to articulate issues? When we have representatives that are learned within society, they will know how to account for certain resources. They will know what to propose before the floor of parliament and to guide even maybe the sitting president and the coming presidents, you know.
How about on policy? Fiscal policy?
Yes, of course, they need to have a learning for them to understand which policies should be put on table and which policies should be scrapped and what should be amended, you know. So literally what I'm trying to tell you, Najma, is that people and the representatives within society should have a learning.
Okay.
We don't need people who are coming to guess, and political positions currently, and given my generation henceforth, is not going to be allowed to test people because we are going to bless them and award them. We are going to take in leaders, and we are going to champion, we are going to campaign and talk on behalf of those that should take lead in political positions and public office for us to attain the best of the socio-economic growth and development we desire to see as young people of the 21st century.
Well, thank you so much. Now, if you're just joining the conversation, we are looking at youth involvement in active politics. This is on the pretext of Uganda heading into the 2026 general elections, where we will be choosing our leaders from members of parliament to the president, but also leaders in different facets. We'll have LC chairpersons, councillors, to mention but a few. So we are asking, are Uganda's youth ready to lead? That's the question we'd like for you to answer, and the number is 0709 602 592. I'm speaking to two Member of Parliament aspirants, and that is Mr. Derek Kwirinjira, who is the MP aspirant for Bufumbira South, Chisoro District, and the other is Mr. Chemo Mashud, who is the MP aspirant, Tingei County, Kapchora District, Sebei Sub-Region. And the two gentlemen, if I may say, seem really ready to represent their constituencies, and of course they have highlighted for us why, to begin with, they joined active politics, why they think that the time is now for the youth of this country to join active politics. Now, if you didn't know, Uganda's population is represented by 70% young people, and these gentlemen come from that cluster of young people. So 30% are what in the youth's language today I would call fossils, and most of our leaders are beyond an age where we would call them youthful. So these gentlemen are saying it's now time to have someone that looks like us, that is within the age brackets like us, that understands the problems that the youth are facing to seek socio-economic transformation for the rest of Uganda and its youth. Now, coming back to you, Mr. Kwirinjira, let's look at the state of youth participation currently in the country. And I'm curious to know how you would describe the current level of youth participation in Uganda's political landscape.
I think youth lack civic education. They have that fear. Because for them, now it's being hard for them to penetrate because of these people, when because of commercialization of politics. When for us who are coming up, the language they expect they expect us to use is money, giving out money. So if you're not giving out money, then they don't have even time to listen to you. So I think when I look at the youth involvement in politics of Uganda, it's still low because they still have that fear how can we compete with these people who have money, who can buy, like who can buy voters? But I think it's like now it's a call to all youth in Uganda to leave their fears behind and come and face these people. Because, for instance, in Ixoro district, youth don't want to participate in politics. Only that now I can see they are coming, like a few of them are coming, but now actually for youth, they are like, we are used by these politicians to make noise and like maybe have fights. I'm giving an example in Ixoro district from the last election. Youth were being given torches and canes to move at night patrolling, so that maybe if the agents of the other candidate is giving out money, they should kill them. Now, you have a group of youth moving at night. Okay? These people who are using them, they're already in bed, they're sleeping. But these like youth who are moving at night, in case anything happens, they're going to lose their lives because of what? Because of the money. Just little money that they are giving, they just give them. Now, a leader, a true leader, can't just send someone's child to go at night, move, like patrolling. That work is left over, is meant for statutory agencies. You have police, you have UPDF, but now you're sending people's children to move at night patrolling, you know, because you fear like if the other candidate gives out money, you're going to lose the election. Let's compete. Now, like actually, the competition is not about like a competition of ideas. It's now the competition is in terms of like the size of the wallet. What can you offer?
So are you saying that the commercialization of politics is one of the biggest barriers preventing more young people from engaging actively in politics?
Very true. Because even if you're in the field, whoever you speak to is expecting money from you. They will say, yes, we have heard you have good ideas, but now we need money.
Now let's get back to you on a personal level.
Yes.
As a young aspirant, what specific challenges have you personally faced while trying to enter mainstream politics?
The voters, like I've told you, you know,
on a personal level.
Like on a personal level.
Yes.
It's like actually lack of resources. And actually, because now you need to move to these people, you need to go to the field, you need to speak to people. For example, like maybe people have organized some events, they are launching their circles, maybe they expect you to contribute something. So if you don't contribute, they will look at you as someone who is not serious. But the other candidate, when he gives out money, they will look at that candidate, he's like, now this is a true leader. You know, now they are used of like a leader is that one who pays condolences, is that one who pays like who contributes much when it's when there is a fundraising, you know. But now you're looking at me at my age. I'm just out of school. Actually, like, even youth, like, we are facing this challenge of experience. When you're going to apply for a job, they expect you to have experience for 3 years. Now,
but now, Derek, okay.
Now, so that's why I'm telling you, at my age, you expect me to, like, where do I get money from? Because the other one has been in parliament. He has been earning money. You get? So
not all of them have been in parliament. Some of them have been businessmen, successful at their businesses, and now they have money. And the constitution is very clear. Every Ugandan of the 18 and above has a right to represent their country in at any level they deem fit. So I do understand the part of saying I am young, I've just come out of school. But what would you say to the people that are saying politics is not cut out for people that lack resources, because politics is expensive?
now people should look at competence. Actually, it should be on top. Because
But who
if
will
you're choosing-
fund your campaigns? Who will, you know, buy you what the resources that you need, pay for them, so that you can be able to traverse? Because there is a lot of travel. You need things like posters. There is a lot you need for campaigns.
Yes.
You may be competent, but if your wallet is not heavy, are you doing yourself a service or a disservice by trying to aspire for this position despite not having the resources that may help you to get there?
Yes, of course. Like for instance, nomination fee has to be yours. Now, like NRM has increased it. I don't know what their intention to increase. Maybe they are trying to block us from participating in politics. But now, yes, of course, those expenses are personal. You're not going to, like, if it was like maybe in other countries, developed countries, you would expect now people, like after seeing, like, maybe you can read them, you have good ideas. We have seen people contribute for these leaders, Biden and Trump. But now in Africa, instead, they even want the little you have, you know, because for them, to some extent, I don't blame them, because maybe they have been disappointed by these leaders, you know. So for them, they think even you're going to eat, you know. They have that saying, you're also going to eat, so you must give us money. You get? They don't expect anything out of leaders, because they know even the other one came saying this, but he did nothing. So for them, they think all leaders, they just come. And they forget, when these people give them money, what do you expect? What do you expect from these people? After giving you money, people have sold what they have in order to come and invest in politics. So
Mr.
expect
Kwirinjira,
them to first work on their, to recover back their money in order to serve you. So now, for us who have good ideas, who are ready to work for this country, we are being blocked by these people, because for them they use money to compete, not ideas.
I'm not underplaying the part of money that you raise, Mr. Kwirinjira, and it's important for us to note that, yes, the politics in the country is highly commercialized, but I am failing to put my finger on some of the ideas that you say you have for the people of Chisoro. And I think this has been the biggest problem in our politics, even for those that are not young, because you will listen to the opposition in most of their rallies, and all they are saying is we need to remove Museveni, we need to remove a dictator. But when it comes to policy, you're like, okay, that has been said. What policies do you want to put in place? How are you going to influence change? And unfortunately for most leaders, or for those aspiring to become leaders, this is where they fail, but because in most cases they don't have anything. So you are young men, both of you, and you're aspiring to take up leadership. I commend you on that. But now coming to you, Mr. Chemo, do you have policies that you say, these are the policies that I want to influence to cause change in Tigay County, to ensure that our people are treated well, that are represented, that they're not forgotten, apart from saying, because yes, we have people that have money that would like to rig elections, but away from that, when you go to those rallies, what are you going to tell these people to inculcate confidence in them to say, you know what, this is the right man for the job?
Thank you, Najma. And to a very greater extent, I have a contradictory mindset on how friends, colleagues, and Derek also looks at politics. The first resource we need in politics is me as a person. Me as an individual. I need to show up. I need to talk to the people. And I've been, despite the resource constraint, I've always been on ground. And the message I have sold to the people or sent to the people have always caught it. It has caught fire. And every young man within my society is singing about Mashur. They would move on across the region, the sub-counties, singing of how they want to support Mashur. And on policy making, yes, I will be a policy maker. And one of the policies I'm going to advocate for is, one, government should look and pay focus on the youth league or youth leadership. You realize that NRM has always, the current government has always identified and put up the youth structures, but the youth structures have not been in two function. You realize that we have the youth leadership within districts across our region, and that the young people within these offices, the councillors, the chairperson, the youth chairpersons within the district, have not impacted life because they do not have authority to ascertain and look into policy on how they could come, engage with the young people, engage with society to see how they will put policies and, advocate and, represent the interests of the people. So one is that I will seek, when I come in, or as I come in, even as we use TV, I am still proposing that some of the policies, or one of the policy that should be amended, is the young people should be given authority and mandate, and they should be empowered to see that at the end of the day, they can influence issues within and across our country.
Yes.
And among them is that I want to tell you that to the young people, I just want to build their courage. When you are smart, things fall in place. Things will flow. I don't care about money because my society is a different one. I have been in politics. I've participated directly in politics. That the sitting member of parliament within my region is sitting in parliament. Given my advocacy, I was one of the immediate persons that took him to parliament after I spoke about why we needed him and the reason we needed him to represent us. And one of the reasons we wanted him was because we thought that he had grown within society and that he understood the challenges people are going through within society, and that we felt he would be one of the people that would have easy access when it comes to wanting to lobby and then seeking attention to what would develop our society. So I will just encourage my young people, just like Prophet Isaiah said, that the Lord says, when you walk through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, the river won't sweep you away. And when you walk through the fire, the fire won't put a blaze on you. So I will encourage you that, given such scriptures, I want to encourage you that there is nothing that should put you down whatsoever, no matter the condition, because the times we are in is our time for us to get the mantle and see how we would lead our society. And given my candidature, our candidature as young people, I want to tell every young people across the country that this is a challenge, this is a temptation God has given you, that we are going to sit back and see which district, which society gave to the young people, because as young people we are ranting.
Thank you, Chemo. Young people, you are ranting, and I believe you, what you're saying. And thank you, gentlemen. It's been such a pleasure having this conversation with you, and I wish you the best of luck. I have a comment from Agnes Wangui saying, supporting these brilliant ideas from our youth is the only road leading to development in our societies. I support Honorable Derek's argument that young minds, fresh blood, fresh ideas, a society, it refreshes the society. And then Joshua says the youth should look for money instead of getting involved in politics. And Gaston from Rubari Ntungamo says, thanks moderator to bring energetic gentlemen. It's true to have educated legislators who can assess issues. Thank you so much for being a part of Good Morning Uganda. Now, breaking news coming through. Retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Sam Omala has passed away, and we will be furnishing you with details regarding that. For now, Ruben Pima is coming up next with the sports updates.